the Fontaine procedure, which is very invasive. If you guys don't know, it's pretty rough one. So he took a shot in the dark, and it worked. And since then, I've had numerous minor operations like heart cath, angioplasty, stuff to inflate shunts and valves. And then I had my last open heart surgery that I'll ever have to undergo in August of 1999. It was my 4th open heart. And since then, I've been pretty good health. I've run into a couple of hiccups, mostly just in April was the last one, and then in 2007, I went into a complete heart block and had to be flown to Minneapolis, well, to Rochester for a pacemaker to be implanted the next morning because I wasn't right. I came in, and the nurses and doctors were quite amazed that I had a resting heart rate of around 28. So they were pretty shocked to see that I walked in. So needless to say, the next morning I had a pacemaker put in, and I was out of the house and kicking. That's my background. By the way, my condition is isolated dextrocardia with double outlet right ventricle, along with several other minor defects. It's kind of like a 13-page process. But I was able to overcome all of that. And that's what the next thing I want to talk to you guys about. Because through my experience, one of the biggest problems I've seen with people who suffer from cardiac disease is they let their conditions own them instead of owning their conditions. They let their conditions beat them down. They let them get depressed about it. They make them become afraid of their own conditions. Well, that's a big problem, because if you're afraid of who you are, how far could you really go? And I've seen that a lot. I've come into contact where kids went the total opposite route that I did, of going to college and making something of themselves. They went down the road of drugs, anything they could do to take their mind off the fact that they had a heart condition, because they made the fatal mistake. They believed that they were different from everybody else. The thing is, we're no different than anybody else. We're part of a unique community, and the only thing that is different is the challenges we face. Everybody else has faced challenges. My father himself, he has a horrible background with his parents. His father's currently in prison for murder of his mother. He, at 18 years old, had to raise 2 sisters and his first son. He overcame all that. See, that's what I'm trying to point out to a lot of people is we all face traumatic experiences. We all face a broad spectrum of obstacles. But that doesn't make me